The Underground Railroad has a long, complex history that is still not fully understood. It was a network of churches, homes, businesses, and other locations where runaway enslaved persons were sheltered, hidden, and sustained by brave Americans, both black and white, in communities extending from the deep plantation south all the way up to the Great Lakes and into Canada. Involvement in the Underground Railroad was by definition a crime, and thus documentation is often sketchy and sparse. Here in Erie County, although the Underground Railroad is shrouded in a fair degree of myth and legend, other sites and key figures are well documented in the historical record. The First Universalist Church in Girard Township is one such site. Due to Erie's geographic location between Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Buffalo, many runaway slaves were escorted and guided through the region of northwestern Pennsylvania to get across Lake Erie and into Canada. Some were even taken down to the bayfront where they were loaded onto a skiff and smuggled across the lake to get to Long Point, Ontario. However, due to the obvious appeal of this route, the harbors were often watched, and over time it became much more dangerous to go this way. For that reason, many were taken to western New York to get across Niagara Falls area and into Canada. Everyone who met Reverend Shipman fell in love with his passion and humanism. Uncle Charlie, as he was called by those closest to him, was a key regional conductor on the Underground Railroad. Shipman used his position as a circuit rider with other churches in northwestern Pennsylvania and northeastern Ohio as a means of organizing the route by which he would send slaves under his protection to safety. Reverend Shipman did everything within his power to keep them safe. For all of his passion, Reverend Shipman could not have done all of this alone. He had help from other members of the congregation who were sympathetic to the abolitionist cause, as well as other members of his community, such as Henry and Rosalinda Parker Teller. One of Reverend Shipman's most avid supporters was Elijah Drury. Drury was the superintendent of the Underground Railroad in Girard. He was easily moved by the stories of the slaves and outraged by the horrors and cruelty of the slave owners. He even hid slaves in his barn and along a ravine near his home on Elk Creek. According to a legend passed down among his family, one of the slaves that came within Elijah Drury's care had been savagely beaten to within an inch of their life. While with Drury, the slave died of their mortal injuries. However, out of Elijah's sincere desire to help, he buried the slave on a plot in the Drury family cemetery. The daughter of Charles Shipman once referred to Elijah Drury as a man whose heart was filled with the milk of human kindness. The First Universalist Church embodies the history of the Underground Railroad, which is the quintessential American story. The struggle of brave patriots fighting for human freedom and dignity, and the struggle for a better life.